Hi there. How you doing? Welcome to this OTT special edition broadcast of Traffic and Weather Together. We'll talk to Lisa here in just a second about some of the weather conditions that we're dealing with, and Lisa can jump in anytime that she likes. But we obviously have some very tough driving conditions here, unfortunately, and oh, here she comes.
Is this what you mean by jump in?
Yes, jump in, so I'll squat down for you.
No, we'll keep you up to date, though, so stay with us. We're going to show you all the tough spots, not only here, but in the mountains.
Yeah, it is really bad in the mountains. We'll get to that in just a second. So let me scroll through some of the trouble spots that are happening right now. So I-25 has been a mess all morning long. We've had a crash right by 58th Avenue that involved a CDOT plow, and it just took a lot longer than expected to clear. And then we have those foggy conditions up there. 270 has been slow in both directions. I-76, we had a crash right near the Highway 85 split. And we also had one that's now clear out there on Highway 36. So you can see some of the drive times, a half an hour now. This is about 10 to 15 minutes longer than normal. This is about 20 minutes longer than normal on I-25 heading into the city. And then obviously 270 is very slow. We do have a lot of traffic here on Highway 36. And this is just between the mall and I-25 on the either east or westbound direction, and most of the eastbound slowing is because of the slow traffic we've had going down on I-25. Earlier problems on I-70 have been cleared up, but still looking at about 20 minutes, and most of that is going from Federal, Pecos over to I-25, and then it continues to stay slow, half an hour continuing east all the way out here this east side of town. I was talking to Micah Smith, one of our reporters out there to that east side of town earlier this morning, and when she was walking on the sidewalk, you could see that it was not leaving a trail with her feet because you couldn't see. It was like when you're in the snow, you can see your footprints. You can't see that with this ice that we saw from last night, and it is really slick. We've also had a really nasty crash that had it closed down a little bit ago. I haven't gotten an update yet in the last 10 minutes from the fire crews that are out there closing down parts of Tower Road north of Pena Boulevard, and that's for that rollover crash that was not too far from the airport parking lots here this morning. Down to the 225, at least it's been quiet. We had one crash over at Iliff in Quebec, and the side streets have been really, really tough. Look at the Denver Tech Center. We've had crashes on the north and southbound side. The southbound crash is cleared, the northbound one as well, and at least a half an hour here in or out of the Denver Tech Center. And then C-470, at least thankfully, that's been quiet. But we do have this new lane shift that we had a closure overnight, not because of a crash, but because of overnight construction. They actually still worked and did the lane shift between Santa Fe and Wadsworth, and that is now open, and you will have to deal with that lane shift here this morning. Hopefully it's a little bit smoother. Now up into the mountains, I will go and try to see if I can get one of the cameras here that are available. So give me just a second here, and let me find my Copper Mountain. All right, this will be the Vail Pass camera right here, and you can see that on screenwriter, Bobby. And look at that. This is the drive up there in the mountains. Some of the semis are actually just parked up here because they can't go because of the avalanche that happened right there near Copper Mountain, and unfortunately, it's going to be closed down until what the State Patrol says is mid-morning, as they're trying to clear the avalanche, and then they have to come up through here and try to clear the snow again. So the plows will be out, and without a lot of traffic and without the plows going through all the time, you can see how much snow has covered I-70. So it's extremely treacherous. You can go from here up to the Eisenhower Tunnel up to Frisco, and that's where you'll be stopped on the westbound side. The semis are being stopped on the eastbound side back by Dotsero, and then you can actually get into the town of Vail in your car, but that's where you'll be stopped until they can open up this area here in Vail Pass. So this is obviously going to be a big situation that we're going to continue to follow all morning long. Lisa, when are we going to start to see some measurable sunshine? Because that will help dry out the roads, get rid of this freezing fog, and improve conditions.
Yeah, not in the mountains. Down here we'll see some sunshine. In fact, some neighborhoods are seeing it as we speak this morning. Here's a look at satellite and radar. Now, we were tracking this chance for a little wintry mix since Monday, and it happened last night. The question was, what was the timing of it going to be? And unfortunately, because we had a little freezing rain, drizzle, and then on top of that, some of the snow, it made for the really icy conditions. Now we have some lingering fog and some areas of freezing fog this morning. The mountains, though, still picking up some pretty good snow. And in fact, we're expecting an additional 4 to 8 inches in some spots today. And then by tonight, it looks like it's going to clear up a bit before they get another round of snow tomorrow. Take a look at the plains. And again, over the eastern half of the state, you're going to find a mix of conditions this morning. I have been watching this city park camera. This one points off to the west, looking at downtown, which is right about there. The fog has gotten even more dense here within just the past 30 to 45 minutes. We've been seeing it fill in here at City Park, and so that's what you're looking at this morning. Here's the view from Winter Park, and you can see this camera. Things look pretty good. A lot of heavy snow for the mountains, and obviously that's why avalanche danger is so high. Plus, we're going to add some really gusty winds out of the southwest. That's going to make it even worse. We get a really loose shelf on that western-facing slope down across the San Juans, and that's why we've got, you can see all these counties in blue. Those are under that avalanche warning, and again, we're going to see this in effect through tomorrow in some cases, with more snow on top of it today. Now, quick look at Futurecast, and this fog that we have up to the northeast, it's going to gradually clear out. We're actually in for a really mild afternoon, close to freezing this morning, near 50 though this afternoon, and that is really going to help. So the evening commute is going to be totally different than what you're seeing right now. Western half of the state, snow continues. We've got a rain-snow mix on the western slope, and you'll notice that through late afternoon, early evening. Look at these winds. Now, this is going to play a huge role tomorrow and today, really across southeastern Colorado. Highs there are going to be close to 60. Here, today we're at 50. We've got another chance for some snow Friday night, and as we continue this broadcast, we're going to show you that chance for snow Friday night and what to expect coming up. But I want to get you out the door, and if you're stuck in the mountains right now, well, I think Eric Luber might just be stuck with you. Eric's up there now live west of the Eisenhower Tunnel. How's it looking on that side, bud? And wait, how are your jeans? Because he was standing in about, oh, I don't know, 4 feet of snow in his jeans.
I'm good, feeling good. They dried out pretty quickly in the storm truck sponsored by Ford. We're doing good. And actually, we're doing okay. We just came through the other side of the Eisenhower Tunnel, so we're going down the hill now, westbound, about to approach Silverthorne. Unbelievable to see how much snow is on the side of the road here, and it's pretty dangerous from our dash cam. A little icy, slushy in spots. The drive okay right now, but we're going to get to that closure at Frisco. No evacuations because of a gas leak, but the gas leak was caused because of, well, you guessed it, an avalanche. And they've also got avalanche mitigation over Vail Pass, so that's been closed all night. Then they extended the closure to Frisco because of the gas rupture, thanks to an avalanche. So we're going to probably end our trip at Silverthorne because we're not going to be able to go much further after that once we get to Frisco. So the snow.
And it looks like we're starting to lose Eric's shot up there just because of the cell signal is so spotty at times going through Officers Gulch there. And this is a look there at the Copper Mountain exit of I-70. So this would be the eastbound side of I-70. That would be the westbound side. And this would be the ramp for the folks that come from westbound I-70 to go into the Copper Mountain area and go over by that Conoco that was affected by that sunshine. We'll be back with more of this coverage after a break for Good Morning America coming up in just a minute.